Whoa, whoa, whoa. Stop right there. This channel is not intended for kids under the age of 13. So if you're under the age of 13, please leave.
Hey everybody, Arthur here with another unboxing video. Today we have Mythic Legion's Vitus, and yes, he is not an orc, goblin, demon, or anything that goes with my Aether faction because I ended up doing a blind box from Empire Toy Shop and I got Vitus. Was hoping to maybe get a horse or a troll just as a blind box, so figured why not. And I got Vitus here, who is part of the Leodysseus faction, or Leodysseus, however you want to pronounce it, but that's the faction that he's in, and that technically opened another hole for me because now, since I have him, I might as well start building up because his faction's not super huge with the amount of figures, so I was able to accumulate some of his faction members. But right now we're going to take a look at Vitus here, looking pretty awesome with that amazing Mythic Legions packaging. I just love the artwork on the card and the blister bubble just showing everything, and it is a collector friendly package where you can just slide the figure out and all the accessories and keep this all intact because this is all a plastic layer that slides off of that card. On the right side of the package, we got the faction logo of Leodysseus. On the left side of the package, we got a portrait of Vitus. Below the portrait, we have some read-up information, so feel free to pause it if you'd like to read it. On the back of the package, we got this awesome artwork of Aether, and we got all the figures from the Aether wave right here, and we got some read-up information. Here's a close-up of the read-up information on the back of the packaging, so feel free to pause it if you'd like to read it. Now, Vitus, which the name I do recall now that I'm saying it wrong, is Vitus. So Vitus, according to Four Horsemen, he does come with the typical leather belt sash that every Mythic Legion figure comes with. We also get a silver spear that's sculpted really nice, and then basically the whole handle is just a silver rod. But still, I mean, what more do you want with the spear? Vitus comes with a nice looking sword, painted silver with the gold handle, sculpted little pommel at the end, and this thing just looks awesome. I like the weapons that Mythic Legions gives their characters. The final and my favorite accessory that Vitus comes with is a shield that is painted to match his armor with the Leodysseus logo right there, so you know what faction he's fighting for. Silver trim around it, just looking really nice. And then you can see the other side is pure silver with the little handle. An up-close look at Vitus, and his head sculpt is such a badass looking head sculpt. For being a Spartan helmet, it has so much like intricate ornate designs that are painted gold, and it looks really, really awesome. And then when you turn it sideways, he's got his little broom part on top. I know it has a name, but I don't know it. But he got the little broom thing at the top of the helmet looking great. That design just wraps all the way around to the back. It almost got almost like an MF Doom mask on the back of his helmet, which is pretty cool. Again, tons of detail, and everything is that copper trimmed in gold, and that even leads into his body. So when you're looking at his body, he has like the flat matte magenta, and then you got like the copper paint, got the trim and the gold all around the copper bits. It's awesome. His neck has some copper, but then it goes to flesh. His arms are flesh, leads down to these really cool looking like gauntlets and gloves that are all armored. It's got his belt buckle with like a skull. All this paintwork and sculpt work. Strappings look awesome. The whole belt system he has is pretty cool. I love how they can sculpt the leather look to him. It's got some like tears and stuff like that, so it's not perfect. All the painted rivets. Some bare thighs. And then we get into his armor. So the knees are nice, again, with that copper and gold trim. Gold rivets. A very cool looking piece. Now we get to dive into some articulation on this guy. He has the ball joint on the head so he can look up and down. He's got a little bit of attitude in there as well. And then his neck, actually, you'll find this out with a lot of Mythic Legions. His neck will want to move. It's on a ball and it can move, but this also moves because if you go to like change his head, sometimes the neck will want to pop out. That's sort of common. Does it with goblins too. But you can pop it off the ball, but you do get that type of movement there, and then the ball in there. As his arms, we do get some really nice T-pose going on. Good articulation. Elbows, bends, almost 90 degrees. The forearms do, oh, well, actually, before I get in the forearms, it swivels at the elbow. The forearm rotates at the wrist, and we get bend at the wrist. So plenty of articulation when it comes to the arms and forearms and hands. We got the little waist ball joint, so you can have him doing a hula hoop. And then his legs can pretty much do a full Van Damme. He's got thigh cuts up there, so you can sort of see how it moves. Thigh cuts right there. Single jointed knees, they do get the 90 degrees, and they pivot at the knee. Pivot at the knee, looking good. Ankle pivots, and of course there's ankle bend in there too. Here I have Vitus posed up with the spear up, ready to attack and the shield to defend, and it looks great. I mean, I love Mythic Legions. I mean, I have yet to be disappointed with Mythic Legions. The articulation is pretty solid. A lot of people would love to see like double jointed elbows and all that stuff, but for what articulation they give, it works because you don't see pins. It keeps the sculpt clean, and there's tons of detail and paint with these guys. But I love this whole stance with the shield. Just definitely gives off that classic Spartan vibe. Even with the sword in hand, Vitus looks awesome. Just move the shield down, and you can just have him ready to start hacking away with this sword. This figure is beautiful. Camera does not give it justice. Like, it's just a beautiful figure. I wish it came with a little bit more accessories because it really comes with a spear to sword and a shield and the belt. I wish it came with a little bit more because I do feel like for a Mythic Legions, his accessories are pretty light. Vitus definitely can be equipped with all his gear and just be in that typical like guarding stance. Looks great with the spear and the shield. The strap looks decent. I don't know if I want him to have the strap. I did have the shield in his left hand, and so I made his weapon drawing hand the right, so that's why the sword's aim in that direction. But honestly, after messing around with this figure, I don't think I'm going to have him with the spear. I'm not sure if I will display him with that, because to me the spear is, it's all silver, but I feel like the sword will look better, has more paint. It's not just a big chunk of silver, but I think I'll pose him with the shield and the sword. But the figure is a very, very cool looking figure. So today, I opened the door to a new faction. My Leodysseus army has increased by one with Vitus here, and he is a solid figure. Paint, sculpt, it's awesome. I just wish he came with a little bit more accessories because I got spoiled with so many other figures. But other than that, the figure looks gorgeous, and it's just a badass looking figure. And that sums up my unboxing and review of Mythic Legions All-Stars Series 4 Vitus. If you guys are enjoying my content, go ahead and hit that like button. If you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button. And if you guys want to know when I post up a new video, go ahead and hit the silver bell notification. And go ahead and check out Toyco Toys and Collectibles. The information is going to be down below. And most importantly, I want you guys to have the best luck hunting, keep on collecting, and have a beautiful day.